Please be seated. Well, on behalf of United States Citizenship and Immigration Services within the Department of Homeland Security, I'd like to welcome you to our very special naturalization ceremony on the 4th of July here on the historic Battleship, New Jersey. My name is John Thompson. I'm the director of the USCIS district, which encompasses the state of New Jersey. It's my honor to serve as your master of ceremonies this morning. With us today, we have the Mount Laurel Field Office Director Keith Dorr, who will be administering the oath of allegiance, which, as our applicants for citizenship know, is your very last step to becoming citizens of the United States. In addition, I'd like to acknowledge our staff here today, our Supervisor Vincent Stokes, Immigration Services Assistant Maria Vieda Ortiz, and Immigration Services Officer Teresa Samara, who are responsible for putting together USCIS's piece of today's ceremony. I would also like to acknowledge all the people associated with the Battleship, New Jersey, and in particular our good friend Jack Willard for extending the invitation to hold this special ceremony on the Battleship once again. And of course, I'd like to acknowledge again who's becoming a staple in these ceremonies, our good friend Bill McLean for that wonderful rendition of the Star Spangled Banner. Also, we have us today, we have a contingent from the League of American Voters, who has got prepared some information and a little gift for our newest citizens. And so today we celebrate the birth of our great nation. The 4th of July has special meanings for USCIS. In our offices across the country, we'll be conducting naturalization ceremonies throughout the week. Between June 30th and July the 7th, we will naturalize more than 5,500 new citizens at more than 180 naturalization ceremonies, where we will honor and recognize the commitment and contributions of our newest citizens. More than 2 centuries ago, our forefathers declared their independence from Great Britain and proclaimed to the world that all men are created equal and are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that amongst these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The words of the Declaration became the foundation of our country, sentiments which have consistently guided the United States as it has grown and prospered, becoming a beacon of hope and prosperity for millions around the world. It is the spirit of independence which has guided our nation in this proud tradition of welcoming generations of immigrants such as yourselves to our shores. I congratulate all of you today on this important achievement. Your hard work and determination have led you here today. Now, you've come here to pledge your allegiance to the United States. Many of you have many things in common. In fact, the fact that you're all here today by choice. Some of you had to master English as a second language. All of you had to master the history and form of government of your country of choice. And that's no insignificant achievement. Surveys of native-born American citizens who have gone through the United States school system have found that approximately 1/3 of them could not pass the test you had to pass to be here today. So why don't you give yourselves a round of applause for that accomplishment. Although you have much in common, you also show a lot of diversity. You are coming from 20 different countries from around the world. In a few moments, you will rise as one, become citizens of the greatest country that civilization has ever seen. The oath of allegiance contains a promise to bear arms on behalf of the United States when required by the law. This is a reminder that our independence and freedom come at a cost. I can't think of a better reminder of your responsibility than conducting this ceremony on the deck of the USS New Jersey, the most decorated battleship in the U.S. Navy's long and illustrious history. Commissioned in 1943, the ship distinguished herself in World War II, the Korean War, the Vietnam War, and numerous other occasions, including the actions off of Lebanon in the 1980s. This ship served as flagship for legendary admirals of the U.S. Navy, including Admirals Halsey and Spruance. The ship has made an indelible mark in the history of the United States. Hopefully many of you as United States citizens will make your mark as well. The practice of taking the oath of allegiance goes back hundreds of years. The first officially recorded oaths of allegiance were made on May 30th, 1778 at Valley Ford, Pennsylvania during the Revolutionary War. Now there's some controversy about the wording of the oath, as some suggested that much of the language is antiquated and confusing. In fact, parts of the oath of supremacy, part of the oath is based on the British oath of supremacy enacted in 1534 during the reign of Henry VIII, which includes references to potentates and foreign princes. Although oaths historically were made to declare allegiance to a person, a feudal lord, king, queen, prince, U.S. oath of allegiance is not to a person, but to support and defend the laws and the Constitution of the United States. It's now time for you to take this very unique oath. At this point in time, I'm going to call out the countries of origin for applicants from citizenship. When you hear your country of origin, would you please rise and remain standing until we have all applicants standing? So, and of course, again, I'm going to call out your country of origin, rise when you hear your country of origin, and of course, we'll take an applaud for your country of origin. And I'll give you a hint, this is in alphabetical order, so you can sort of anticipate it. We'll start off with Afghanistan. Brazil. Bulgaria. Canada. China. Colombia. Denmark. Dominican Republic. Ghana. India. Jordan. Mexico. Nigeria. Pakistan. Philippines. Russia. St. Lucia. Togo. United Kingdom. Vietnam. Office Director Keith Dorr to join me at the podium. Director Dorr, on behalf of the United States government, it's my pleasure to present 34 applicants for naturalization. Each applicant has been personally examined under oath by a designated officer. Each one has demonstrated an understanding of the English language unless exempt, and a knowledge and understanding of the fundamentals of history, principles, and form of government of the United States. Each one has been found to be a person of good moral character, attached to the principles of the Constitution of the United States, as well as supposed to good order and happiness of the United States. Investigations of the government have been completed in their cases, and each one has been found to meet all requirements by the law to be naturalized. Therefore, on behalf of the government of the United States, I recommend that you administer the oath of allegiance to be admitted as citizens of the United States of America.
Can you please raise your right hand and repeat these words after me? I hereby declare on oath that I absolutely and entirely renounce and abjure all allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince, potentate, state, or sovereignty, of whom or which I have heretofore been a subject or citizen, that I will support and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I will bear arms on behalf of the United States, when required by the law, that I will perform non-combatant service in the armed forces of the United States, when required by the law, that I will perform work of national importance under civilian direction, when required by the law, and that I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. So help me God. Congratulations, you're officially citizens of the United States.
Now I'd like to invite Dr. Vincent Stokes to come up and lead us all in the Pledge of Allegiance. Would everybody please stand to face the flag?
Before you repeat it after him, this time you're going to say it with me. Place your right hand over your heart. 1, 2, 3. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, please be seated. Now, it's customary in our naturalization ceremonies to ask an individual to come up and address our newest citizens. It's very unique this time because we have a gentleman here who also just became a U.S. citizen, Christopher Hale. Chris is a combat engineer serving the New Jersey Army National Guard with the rank of specialist. Chris was born in the United Kingdom and first came to America as an exchange student to the University of Illinois. He moved to New Jersey in 2015 to study at Princeton University, where he graduated in 2021 with a PhD in demography. He currently works as a senior policy analyst at Apprise, a nonprofit research institute. Chris lives in Trenton, New Jersey with his wife Taylor and daughter Rose. Please welcome Christopher Hale.
Good morning, everybody. First, I just want to say a really big thank you to USCIS and to the Battleship New Jersey Museum and Memorial and everyone else who's worked to organize this wonderful ceremony. Thank you so much. It's a really great honor to be here today and to be able to share this experience with all of you. And what a great day to become an American citizen. I can't think of any better way to celebrate the 4th of July. Independence Day, America's birthday, today, all over the country, people are celebrating America and they're celebrating freedom. And freedom, that's the foundation of what America is. The spirit of freedom is everywhere in America. Any attempt to deny it to people has only increased their passion for it. Any attempt to suppress it has only made it stronger in the long run. The spirit of freedom in America is so powerful that it shines out like a beacon across the world, attracting immigrants to join the American experiment or inspiring people to work for freedom in their own countries. So what is freedom? Let me tell you what it means to me. When I first came to America, I was 19. I came as an exchange student and spent a semester at the University of Illinois. And I fell in love with America immediately. I felt really free in a way that I hadn't ever felt before. I felt like nothing was holding me back. I felt independent. That there was this wide open world of opportunities and experiences for me here in America. And for a long time, that's how I understood freedom, being free from restraints, being able to act on my own, unlimited opportunities. And that's what Independence Day celebrates, breaking the bonds between America and the British monarchy, casting off oppressive laws and taxes. And it's what Juneteenth, which we celebrated a couple of weeks ago, is all about as well. Emancipation, the end of slavery, finally breaking free from a cruel and exploitative system that controlled every aspect of their lives. But in the last few years, I've come to see that this is only the beginning of freedom. There's something else to freedom that I was only really dimly aware of before. In 2019, I married my wife Taylor, and that was by far the biggest commitment I'd ever made to anything in my life. Then in 2021, I made another big commitment to serve in the New Jersey National Guard. And last year, I took on probably the biggest responsibility of being a father. And to my surprise, as I took on these obligations, I didn't feel less free. I felt more free, even more free. And even as I narrowed what was possible and bound myself up with others, I felt that I was exercising my freedom and pursuing what was most important to me. I was building my American dream. And I came to see that freedom isn't just the absence of restraints, but also the commitments we make that align our lives with what's in our hearts. And in dedicating ourselves freely to something greater than ourselves, we give purpose to our lives. And it's also how we would preserve freedom and pass on freedom. So emancipation and dedication, for me, those mirror images together is what constitute freedom. Neither is complete without the other. Without independence, we're unable to follow the direction of our hearts. It's our freedom to choose, to take on obligations freely that gives our commitments meaning. But without dedication to something, independence can leave us lost, wandering, able to go as we please, but with nowhere to go. That's why so many of the freedoms that we treasure most, I think, are ones that involve commitment, the freedom of association, freedom to practice a faith, the freedom to marry. So today we celebrate our Independence Day, the opportunity to go our own way. And we also celebrate our naturalization, freely taking on the obligations of citizenship. Happy 4th of July, everybody.
Thank you, Chris, for those very inspiring words. It's fabulous. And now is a point of time where I get to invite Director Dorr to back up here, up to the podium, where we're going to present the certificates of naturalization. And Keith has got the enviable task of pronouncing each and every one of your names correctly.
All right, so first of all, congratulations again, everybody. Chris, wow, incredible words that you have for everybody today, and I'm sure everybody enjoyed it as much as me. All right, as Director Thompson said, reading these names. All right, they don't give you any training for this, all right? So I'll tell you what, let's make a deal. If it sounds pretty close to your name, why don't you come on out, get your official certificate, return to your seat. Once everybody has a certificate, then we will conclude the ceremony, okay? And yes, feel free to applaud when your friend or loved one gets their certificate. Here we go. First on board, Jarrell Edu. And I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't state the obvious. We have some military service members that became citizens today. I know everybody saw them. So Airman Adu right there in the front row just got his certificate. Here's our next military service member. You just saw him at the podium. Christopher Hale. Currently serving in the Army National Guard, as you heard in his speech. And our final new citizen that's serving in the United States Marines, Soham Mitra. Sarah Awukabe Ajay. Mutasam Bella Majid Al Khalil. Hasib Salem Amani. Henry Obagai Bukai Anra. Humera Babari. Khalid Babari. Simone Davina Briarman. Renata Costa Azevedo. Shibuk Kingsley Enyinya. Irina Alexandrovna Popova. Denise Feigenbaum. Zana Huggins. Zhu Liu. Sal Lopez Sosa. Nuet Tu Liu. Ad Malik. Priyanka Mehta. Lloyd Wendell Valdez Opeña. Fasundo Ortiz. Rasohabanhan Pravin Kumar Patel. Dravya Ride. Andre Felipe Ramirez Cordoba. Miriam Altagracia Reyes de Aquino. German Reyes Flores. Nelson Rodriguez Acevedo. Roxana Rodriguez Varello. Amit Vital Shetty. Sukampal Singh. Renki Tan. Akhil Verma. And last but not least, Kamlan Anani Zitsu.